I wanted to tell you a little bit about how I got into EFT. In 2012, I got diagnosed with stage 4 chronic lymphocytic leukemia and small cell lymphocytic lymphoma. All my lymph nodes swelled up all over the outside and inside of my body, and they were very noticeable. And at that time, they didn't see that occur in people of my young age. And so there really weren't a lot of solid, like, let's go do this treatment options. They were all kind of hope for the best, see if this works treatment options, and they were pretty gnarly. I was 5 weeks before I was supposed to get married, and we decided that we would take our chances on trying to strengthen my immune system instead, which I'm really glad I did. I don't know that I would ever, advise somebody one way or the other, but it worked out for me. And I was able to stay stable for 11 years until I got COVID in 2021. And then it just kind of took out the legs of everything that I had gained over the previous 10 years. So that year I continued to do natural, and I ended up getting 3 liters of strep pneumonia fluid on my right lung, had to get rushed to the hospital, and I had to get emergency lung surgery. In that surgery, which it went really well, they found in the tissue that the cancer was deep inside all the tissue, and I was out of options. I was starting to notice that my body was not as strong as it was. I was not as resilient as I felt. I just was losing weight. I couldn't keep weight on. Things were changing fast. And luckily, in that 10 years while I kind of took a hiatus from the medical system, they came out with a drug, that combination that worked really well. And so I was able to get on that and got into remission. But during that time leading up to the treatment, when my body was failing me, I was grasping at straws and I did not know what to do. I found EFT. I actually had heard about it before, but I really heard it for the first time and found it and started trying it. And it started shifting emotional patterns that I had been dealing with that I didn't even know from childhood traumas and other traumas throughout my adult life that I've been holding on to, even though I thought I'd worked on them and got through them. And it just allowed me to go into these dark corners of my soul and allowed me to just sit with those for a moment in a way that was very gentle, very supportive, and not overwhelming. And as I sat with them and acknowledged them through the use of this technique, it started to change everything. It started to change me from the inside, and it started to change how my world was showing up for me too. Relationships that were really challenging started to shift. I started to shift. I started to react differently to situations than I ever had before. I started to just feel ease in my body. I started to come back into my body. It wasn't safe, I found out, to be in my body. So I had hightailed out of there years ago, and I was starting to come back in my body and trust my body and listen to my body. And I really think it helped in my treatment. And my treatment went very smoothly, and I used EFT as my kind of way to cope through all of that. And now I would never go a day without it. I find that it brings so much peace. It lowers cortisol hugely. So I just felt so much more relaxed. I felt in control. I got new perspectives. It changed everything. And as soon as I started doing it for myself, I knew that this is something I had to do and help other people. So that's how I got into it. And I am cheering you on wherever you find yourself while you're watching this video. And just know that it can always get better. Have a great day.